Number 2 Republican in the Senate, Wyoming's John Barrasso. I do want to ask you about these fires in California. Do you expect that Congress will have to provide an additional aid package, and if so, when?
When you see what's being shown on television, in addition to the tragedy on the ground, you're also seeing gross mismanagement in California by elected officials. And it's heartbreaking to hear the fire chief say that they've diverted all of this money away from the fire department to be used for social programs when they were already stretched too thin. What? So, yes, I expect there's going to be hearings. There's going to be requests of Congress. There can't be a blank check on this, however, because people want to make sure that as rebuilding occurs, as things go on in California, they have to be resilient so that these sorts of things can't happen again. And the policies of the liberal administration out there, I believe, have made these fires worse. No. I expect that there will be strings attached to money that is ultimately approved, and it has to do with being ready the next time, because this was a gross failure this time. We were elected. Republicans are now in the House, the Senate, and the White House because Americans wanted safety and prosperity. So you're right. The rubber hits the road this week with all of these hearings on the cabinet. And then when President Trump takes office next Monday, there is going to be shock and awe with executive orders, a blizzard of executive orders on the economy as well as on the border. So when we met with President Trump just earlier this past week, what President Trump said, the number one goal for the Senate needs to be to get his team in place. I've met with just about all of them. I support every one of these nominees. As the whip, my job is to make sure they get across the finish line, get on the job. And President Trump deserves a team early. Chuck Schumer said he wants to make fireworks at the hearings. If that happens, we are going to work around the clock, through the night, through weekends, to make sure we get that cabinet confirmed.
You do have the Republican majority and enough votes to do this without Democratic help.
Every senator gets to speak for themselves, and they will do that. The meetings have gone very well. Things are heading in the right direction. The hearings start Tuesday, and they're going to be consequential. People will listen and make their own decision. People have already had chances to ask questions, and they're going to continue to do so.
Okay. Just to correct myself, alleged sexual assault.
Yeah. I support Tulsi Gabbard. She is amazing in that she has been a member of Congress and a combat veteran, a decorated combat veteran for work under fire in Iraq. She continues to have promotions in the military. She's a lieutenant colonel. She now has top-level security clearances. She's the right person to keep America secure and safe.
President Biden banned new offshore oil and gas drilling in 625 meters of the ocean, miles.
Well, what President Biden just did by executive order, I expect that President Trump will eliminate with executive orders as well. In terms of the reconciliation bill, we need results. The results are what matter. We were sent here, and President Trump says he doesn't care if it's one bill, two bills, three bills. He wants the results, as we are united on securing the border, on bringing down costs for American citizens. Across the board, we want to make sure that tax cuts don't expire. We want to make sure that the country is safe and strong. Those are the issues that the American people elected us to do. That's what we're here to do. When President Trump met with us for a couple of hours, the senators, this past week, he said, I don't care how many bills, we just want to get it done. There are urgent needs that I'd like to get addressed immediately. You take a look at what happened this week in the Senate. There was actually bipartisanship, because the first bill that we brought to the Senate floor, the Laken Riley bill, is about a wonderful young woman, 22, a nursing student in Georgia, who was out for a jog. Yeah. Brutally murdered by an illegal immigrant, somebody who was a criminal in this country, should have either been in jail or deported, but he was done. Neither of those were done under the Biden administration. We had bipartisan support now, even though Chuck Schumer blocked that bill last year.